Almost wife. Hunter Biden nets $2 million advance for his upcoming memoir, Beautiful Things, about his battle with drugs, despite Joe saying his family would not cash in on presidency. I didn't read this article, I just saw the headline, so I wanted to take a look at it and see what they were talking about here. As we know, the Bidens have done nothing but benefit from time spent in office by the big guy. That being said, this one, look, okay, I get it. If Trump's kids were in favor, they would get favor, right? The elites in any society, rich, powerful, whatever form that comes in. It's politics, corporation to athletes, movie stars, whomever. Them, their kids, relatives, loved ones are always going to get more of a leg up in life. I'm not saying I disagree or care. That's just the way it is. So in this case, being as though that's kind of the way it is, I'm not going to sweat too much about this, but that's because I haven't read anything about it yet. Now, if you told me Hunter Biden is getting a $2 million advance for his book because China agreed to buy 1 million copies of it somehow, then I would start to scratch my head a little bit. But we live in a culture and society, like we saw with the crash of the market, how it went down, shot up. They say that the wealth disparity has grown due to the pandemic. It's what we know. The rich get richer. So what do you try to do? You sit here and complain about it, or do you try to get rich on your own? Let's investigate this a little bit and see what we can find out here. Joe Biden's sole surviving son, Hunter, has written a memoir, Beautiful Things, which will be published by Simon & Schuster on April 6th. And if I am not mistaken, they were the same ones that pulled the book deal for Josh Hawley. Interesting how the events that happened on the 6th led to his book deal getting pulled. Obviously, they want to try to blame, but it's political, right? Most things are. You would have an individual who called for a constitutional process to occur, and obviously we're not talking about the events that happened, but that individual's book was canceled. But we have an individual here who has quite the track record. A lot of it possibly illegal, based on what I've heard. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to act like I know that that's fact. That's just what I hear. It just goes to show you what I said. That the rich and powerful have their way. And I'm not going to hate on them because I've talked about this in many other videos in the past. I like living in a society where upward mobility is endless. I get the whole disparity thing. I never like to see criminals coming up. Not making that accusation. But I do like that we live in a society where there's endless upside to your monetary gains. Value of deal for Hunter, which was announced on his 51st birthday, has not been revealed, but could be up to $2 million. But Joe Biden said his family would not benefit financially from his presidency, and the book is likely to be attacked as cashing in by Hunter. Simon & Schuster acquired the book in the fall, the same time as contents of his laptop were revealed, showing him apparently smoking crack. You've all seen the photos. This article obviously will show those photos below. Book comes with advanced praise from Stephen King, Dave Eggers, and Anne Lamott. Drugs, prostitutes, shady dealings, and a quickie marriage. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter, is too easily depicted as a sleaze in human form. Who else would have left his wife and jumped into bed with his recently departed brother's widow? Wow. Only for her to end the affair when he got a stripper pregnant. They went there. They really stated the facts. I was surprised this article had those facts there. It is only Hunter who could have received 2 special waivers to join the military and be commissioned at a special ceremony in the White House, but then blow his chance on his very first day when the blood test came back positive for cocaine. Who but Hunter? This is pretty, we'll see where else they're going with this. could receive a diamond from would-be Chinese business partner whose existence would come to light in divorce papers. Now the president's son is getting to tell his side of his unsavory life, warts and all, in a book that could embarrass his father, the big guy, even further. Less than 3 months into his term in the Oval Office. Let's be realistic. If there were embarrassing things, or if they're skeletons, I think even this jackoff is smart enough not to put those out there. But even if they are out there, they'd be covered up anyway, like we've seen in the media. They've got their boy in there, so they're not going to let anything damage his reputation. What do they call it? Running cover for him? So I know they're trying to spice this article up here, but come on, let's be realistic here. Beautiful things. The as yet unexplained title of Biden's Tom promises to center on his well-publicized struggles with substance abuse, according to Gallery Books, an imprint of publishers Simon & Schuster. Its April 6th release was announced Thursday, Hunter's 51st birthday. Biden is likely to have received in advance up to $2 million, which we heard about. What? He stands to make millions more if he allows his life story to be filmed. Robert Downey Jr. has already been mentioned as the ideal person to play him on the silver screen. Woo, baby. It is cha-ching. There he is, crack pipe and all. Wow. He is just cashing in. Already author Stephen King, who knows a thing or two about horror, is praising the book, calling it a harrowing and compulsively readable memoir. Hunter Biden proves again that anybody, even the son of the former vice president, can take a ride on the pink horse down Nightmare Alley. King writes in a publicity blurb. Interesting how they got King pitching it for him. A pink horse down Nightmare Alley. Biden remembers it all and tells it all with a bravery that is both heartbreaking and quite gorgeous. He starts with a question. Where's Hunter? The answer is, he's in this book. The good, the bad, and the beautiful. Fellow authors, Dave Eggers, who also wrote his own memoir, a heartbreaking work of staggering genius, and Anne Lamott, who has written about her battle with alcoholism, have also lauded the book. Oh boy, okay. I think we are going to... I'll leave a lot of this up on the screen here for you. I'll just... yeah, it's... It talks a lot about his life here. Graduated law school. Yeah, it's getting a little too gushy here, so let me take a look. There he is. Where is the... As I said at the onset, if people are willing to pay money for this, there's been a lot of people out there that have written a lot of trash that became bestsellers. We saw a lot of that in 2020, 2019. If people are willing to pay for it, I guess it's better. It's kind of like the joke always is that it's better that they don't have their money. I know they're giving it to a complete moron, but it's better, I guess, that they're concentrating their wealth into this one individual rather than having their money. A fool in his money, as they say. This one's really perplexing. I don't really think I have anything to add here. It's just a bit of money laundering. The Bidens are the biggest grifters. So wonderful. He will help so many privileged millionaire drug addicts with his book. The man is a saint. Hunter's book has nothing to do with the presidency, and there are millions of families in the U.S. who are dealing with addiction. Uh-oh. I think somebody didn't get the sarcasm. I applaud him for speaking out, for taking his addiction struggles public in a way. Oh, God. All right, we're done with that. I'm not buying the book. I've already seen the movie. Book is likely to be attacked as cashing in by Hunter, which is exactly what you're doing, Daily Mail. Why pretend if Biden was unheard of before he became president? The Bidens have not told the truth ever. I guess you can see where the comments are going here. Oh, this one coming up, it's got a lot of thumbs down, so I guess it's going to be pro-Biden. Writing about something that will actually be helpful to people. Being in the limelight. due to being a politician's child and being humiliated in public due to your actions isn't easy to get by. Meanwhile, Orange Man will be publishing Useless Fart of the Deal books. Fart of the Deal. Okay, I got it. All right, I got it. Fart of the Deal. Fart of the Deal. All right, really, you came clutch with that one. Now, it's funny because this is something I talked about a little bit, hinted at yesterday with the bubble. The bubble that people move in. Think about all of the things we're talking about here, all of these comments here. Think about it as it pertains to Hunter Biden. And you could tie any Biden into this, or Trump, or whomever. Cortez, mainly pertaining to the video I did a couple days ago, where I was talking about her and kind of like Blasey Ford. It's this. I'll wrap it up with this thought. If you live in this, say you're rich, elite, super wealthy. You travel in these circles that none of us will probably ever know. You have money that none of us would ever know. Power, influence. You can get away with anything. And as proven by Hunter, anything. He banged his dead brother's wife. Got a stripper pregnant. He banged his dead brother's wife. Let that sink in. This stuff, it doesn't touch them. Oh, it isn't easy to get by. All of this stuff doesn't touch them in any way. It is impossible for me to feel sorry for anybody like him, Cortez, Blasey Ford, any individual. You can name any individual on the right or the left, whomever. When you're so elite, this stuff doesn't touch you. Normal criticism doesn't touch you. You may have your internal struggles, sure. It's not like things that are said here, things I even say in my video. It's not like he's going to watch my video. If his dead brother's wife watches the video, what's up, girl? Call me. He banged his dead brother's wife. Call me, girl. Oh, so that's the point, is it's not difficult to be somebody like that. We on the outside may hear and see all this criticism being thrown their way, but my pushback would be that it doesn't touch them. Whereas if somebody like me or you, somebody who makes videos and gets comments on them, if somebody's saying derogatory things about us on social media or wherever, those kind of things would touch us more. But again, that's our choice to be there and interact with those things. Individuals that are elite, wealthy, powerful individuals, those things just don't touch them because it doesn't enter their bubble. All they keep in their circle is the yes men, so to speak. People that are only going to blow smoke up their ass. Hunter Biden's not sitting there reading the comments about his book. All he's going to have is people telling him how great he is. And it's the same thing we see with a lot of individuals that have been hired into the White House lately, Psaki, so to speak, and again, Cortez. When you don't have somebody pushing back on you, you end up weak, you end up ineffective, and you really end up being soft and cowardice, I guess, in a way, I would say, is when you don't have people pushing back on you, whatever you're doing, that helps you kind of drive forward and correct when you're going the wrong direction or when you're veering off the right path. Then you end up weak, then you end up soft, and the smallest things impact you. But those are only things that are allowed to come into your bubble. If the things are kept out of your bubble, out of your circle of influence, if you have people in your circle that are just kissing up to you, telling you what you want to hear all day long and how great of a job you're doing, and they're masking reality from you, then you end up with a situation where you kind of detach from reality. Just my opinion. I rambled enough. Thanks for watching, everybody. Who's buying the book? He banged his dead brother's wife. Bang! Got a strip pregnant. All the best, everybody. Be well.